TWN podcast.
You know what I feel like, George?
What do you feel like, Joe?
I feel like Triple H.
I feel like chicken tonight.
No, must be nice. Must be nice, you know. I'm glad that whoever is your designated shopper was able to go out and find chicken. But I feel like Triple H because I feel like I'm one of the only people who gets a demotion and gets more work, which is a line I believe he said before.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name's Joseph. I used to be the host of, the A Show, aka Raw Talk, aka The Cut Chronicles. Now I'm here on Wednesdays for reasons. I'm joined by the guy who usually hosts it, George. Hi, George.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm still here.
You're still here. Yes.
I'm Johnny Gargano of this podcast.
Yes, exactly. Right down to making the L with his hand the wrong way. But we'll get into how Johnny Gargano is the corniest motherfucker alive later. This is part of the TWN Podcast Network. We are on everywhere where you can find podcasts. More appropriately, we're also part of just the TWM network of stuff and things. Stuff being news, reviews, editorials, all of that good stuff in written form. You can find that at twm.news. Like I said, we're part of the podcast network. We put out podcasts pretty much every day of the week at this point. Yeah, constantly coming in your ears. Find us anywhere: Spotify, Acast, Podbean, any way where you find podcasts really. We're also on YouTube, so that'd be nice if you go there, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell. Am I doing it right? You're a real YouTuber, George.
Right.
Yeah, hit the bell.
Right. Press the bell button.
Yeah, exactly. Good stuff. Welcome to Wednesday Night War. Sorry, George, for kind of if I'm stepping all over your authority or anything.
No, you're good. Don't worry.
Good. Yeah. How have you been?
Slowly going insane from sitting indoors. For those that don't know, both myself and Joe work in the healthcare sector. Just Joe's actually in a healthcare situation. I'm just sat at a desk recruiting people for it.
Oh, sweet.
But I've had a bit of a rubbish week because, it's just a little bit it's good news because it means coronavirus is starting to calm down. So that calming down means we're less busy at the moment.
Yeah,
it's a good thing, but it just is, in a work perspective, it gets on top of you. But I'm okay other than that.
I feel you.
Went for a nice walk yesterday.
Oh, that's lovely. I don't do that when I'm on, because when I don't do that when I'm off, because when I'm on, I'm pretty much just on my feet. So
fair point.
Yeah. There's one more thing that we forgot to do. Do you do any of the ad reads? Which ad read would you prefer, one or two? George, this is weird. Two. In which case, TWN podcasts are powered by We Love Sport. It's a fantastic app that finds you your nearest sports bar, showing you the latest WWE pay-per-views, like Money in the Bank, which you can watch nowhere because everywhere is shut. But We Love Sport are doing amazing things. If you follow them at We Love Sport UK on all social media platforms, they're coming up with incredible ways to keep us entertained even during these very difficult times. You can also check them out at their website, welovesport.co, which to this day I maintain doesn't sound like a real website. Do you want to do that?
It's not.
Wait, are you saying that it's genuinely not?
No, it is a real website, but I agree with you on that. It's not a real website. It's just a fake one.
All right, George.
Elliot Cantor has made up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, George writes for them sometimes. Or some of our work from TWM.
I did one for them. It was fun. It was fun times.
Also, Victoria Tezenagi also ended up with an article on there. And I'm going to move on. George, was there a second sponsor we have?
There is. Go over to an actual real sounding website. That's wrestlecrate.co.uk. They are a fantastic wrestling bundle company. You get yourself a wonderful amount, an array of wrestling memorabilia and merchandise for just the fine price of £26.99 a month. And that includes wrestling t-shirts, wrestling pictures that are signed, badges, DVDs, free on-demand services. So when you're bored in lockdown, you can go out there and go watch some Melbourne City Wrestling, because that was last month's one. This one was Extreme Canadian Championship Wrestling. It was ECCW. and that was this month's one. So go over to WrestleCrate.co.uk, use the code TWM Wrestling to get yourself a free autographed item or a free special item, I believe it is, in the first month's box. Keep your subscription going for 2 additional months and you get 2 additional items in there. And next month, if you go and sign up for it quickly now, includes not 1 but 2 special edition t-shirts exclusive to WrestleCrate and something to do with the leader of the Dark Order, the Exalted One himself, Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper. WrestleCrate.co.uk, use code TWM Wrestling for your special items.
Yeah. Speaking of the Exalted One, should we talk about wrestling? Let's talk about wrestling.
NXT last night had one of the most fabulous segments I've ever seen, called the Newly Bros. For British wrestling fans, if you don't know what the Newlywed Game is, it's an American TV show which basically pits it's like Mr. and Mrs. It is, if you've ever seen that, it is the American version of Mr. and Mrs. It was competed by the NXT Tag Team Champion Matt Riddle and his temporary partner Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, it was like the Newly Bros. Like those two, they're just a little bit like us, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just the odd couple.
Yeah, well, like, I wouldn't say we're an odd couple. It's just, you guys, clear chemistry, starting out on this new frontier. You just gotta love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. It was being hosted by Byron Saxton, who was in the best shtick. He had a suit that looked too big for him, a shirt with buttons undone halfway down and massive collar. He was being really over enthusiastic and irritating. All he was missing was a stick thin microphone, because I don't think he had one. I think he had just a general NXT mic. But it was brilliant. It was fantastic. Basically, the game, the premise of the game was Matt Riddle got asked a question. He would have to write his answer down on a whiteboard. Timothy Thatcher would also get asked the same question, and he'd have to guess what Matt had written down. Obviously, Timothy Thatcher knows nothing about Matt Riddle.
Yeah. Like, he just knows that Matt Riddle can fight. That's all he cares about, really.
Yeah, that's all he cares about. The first one he got asked was, what did Matt Riddle have for breakfast?
Right.
Thatcher says, I don't know. To which Matt put, I don't know.
Yep.
Matt got it right because he didn't know. Well, he knew he'd say that. The best thing about it was Matt went, I don't even know what I have for breakfast either. I wake up, the wife bakes, she's a good cook, and I forgot what we're talking about. He basically just went, he wakes and bakes. It's literally what you just mentioned on NXT TV.
Yeah, no, and then there was a moment when he said speed isn't really his thing.
Yeah. Drug humour on NXT is funny.
Honestly,
drugs aren't funny. Drugs aren't fun or funny. Just drug humour.
Well, no, like everything.
Don't do drugs.
Like,
okay.
You know what? We're not your dads. Everything in moderation, if that's what you're into. But
no. You can call me Mr. Mackey because drugs are bad. Okay.
But let's get to the crux of the segment. When honestly, something that European hearts broke everywhere. When
are you on about Matt Riddle's amazing chime to say you got the question right? Him going bro.
Actually, I was on about Marcel Bartel turning on his former ring camp teammate.
Yeah, So we had the appearance of Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner,
one half
of Imperium.
One half
Imperium. I don't know where I was going there. Came down and attacked the pair of them and staked their claim for the NXT Tag Team Championships. As Joe so correctly alluded to, Timothy Thatcher was a very big name in WWE.
Yeah.
Where did
he was
Timmy Ringkampf?
Yeah, exactly. Ringkampf was OG. Ringkampf was. I've completely blanked on his name, but like I'll go.
Was it Walter Thatcher and
Walter Thatcher, Bartel at the time known as Axel Dieter Jr. and the guy from Insanity. I've blanked on his name.
Yeah.
you know who I'm talking about. He's in Imperium now.
Yeah. Oh, Alexander Wolf.
Yes,
he's the final member. So, Joe, are you on the fence of? Are you on which side of the fence are you on? Are you on the side of the fence? We're going to get this tag team match, and Thatcher, who has no affiliation to the tag team titles, he has no affiliation except he said he'd stand in for Stallion. Do you reckon he's going to turn and join Imperium and be the fifth man?
You could do. It'd be really super interesting if he did. The other option is that they started building for War Games from now, which would be crazy. So it'd be
with April now and War Games are November, isn't it?
Exactly. That'd be some beautiful forward planning. Because, well, to be honest, it's not like WWE have much time to do anything else. Everyone else is sitting at home. May as well just do some actual forward planning booking. I mean, like, if this is what they go with, we know who 3 members of the face team are going to be, and all of Imperium are there. So they just need one more member, and they can just build that up.
Stallion Pete, Finn Balor, Matt Riddle, and
Timothy, or maybe Timothy.
Nah, Thatcher will be on the other
side. you genuinely
now I've said it. Now I've said it, it makes more sense in my head that Thatcher's going to cost him, because, like I say, he has no affiliation to the title belts.
Yeah.
He has no affiliation to Riddle. All he said was, "I'll help you out while Pete's stuck in the UK."
Yeah. It's super interesting. I think it's leading to a triple threat because, the greatest talent WWE have, and the is it 1996 Source Award winner is now on the brand on TV. So his team might have something to say about all of this.
Oh, you're on about Malcolm Bivens?
Who else could I be on about?
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
It is a fair
the one thing that let this segment down for me, and it is such a nitpicky thing, but I only realised it when I watched it the second time around.
Go for it.
Is during the attack of Thatcher and Riddle, they throw Riddle over the guardrail, but you can hear him land on something soft. It sounds like you can hear him land on it, and I was like, that took me so out of the moment.
To be honest, because I watched both shows at 1.5 speed, that took me out of it. No, I missed that completely, but if I'd heard it would have taken me out of it.
When you watch it on their YouTube clip, when they backdrop Riddle over it either sounds like he lands on a board, crash man.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, what else happened in NXT?
Well, we're speaking about the barricade and being out in the crowd. We had the main event last night, which was Damian Priest versus Keith Lee for the NXT North American Championship. A match in which Keith Lee threw Priest from the first row of ringside, or just over the barricade, to the ring. He threw him from one side of the barricade, and Priest hit the apron.
It was just a beautiful moment of nominative determinism for the former Punishment Martinez.
It was. Do you know what also was beautiful was the failure of Keith Lee trying to vault the barricade. If you see it in the background, he tries to vault the barricade, realises he can't, so he just throws the barricade out of the way.
Well, fair enough. You know what? Like every human being on this planet is different and has different talents. Keith Lee is clearly strong enough to yeet a barricade halfway across an arena, but something.
Well, do you know what they both? Do you know what talent these both men share?
What?
They're both very big men, and they both can jump over the top rope. Yeah, they both did it at the same time. Like, we got a Priest Undertaker dive over the turnbuckle, and we got a corkscrew plancher from Big Boy Keith Lee.
I've turned the corner on, the Latinx dominatrix, as I was calling the challenger.
What did you call him?
A Latinx dominatrix.
Fair enough.
Like, come on, his name's Punishment Martinez. Does it not sound like someone would pay for certain things? Anyway.
It just made me tweak something, saying about Tope. I forgot to mention that we had the return of Mauro Ranallo on commentary, and the return of Beth Phoenix. They were both back in the Performance Center alongside Tom Phillips.
Were they there?
That three-man booth.
Were they there, or were they just back on commentary? Because Tom Phillips was there. Tom Phillips was there.
I want to say they're there.
No, I don't think they're there. They're not there, because Tom Phillips was there, and he said, "Let me hand over to our commentators for tonight, Maranello." And
well, he was part of the commentary team. He kept making random tidbits.
Yeah, but it sounded piped in. It sounded like a FIFA commentary, which you as a FIFA YouTuber should have clocked.
I didn't, and it's now made me think that I can just imagine the NXT commentary table, and it's Tom Phillips on his own, and then just two dolls with Beth and Malroy's face on it just next to him.
You'd love to see it.
Anyway, back to Keith Lee.
Like I said, I turned the corner on Damian Priest because of his quality mic work over the last few months. He has an incredible voice already. And yeah, he's actually added like the stuff that I thought he was missing to it. So yeah, why not? I'm here for it.
Yeah, I always liked him as Punishment Martinez. I thought he was very good. He hasn't had much of a chance to shine in NXT, but he's starting to get the time now. I suppose in the current landscape that they are in terms of the talent that they've got, I can see why he hasn't been pushed to the shuffle, because he's not. He doesn't have the complete indie-rific package that some of the other NXT roster do.
But you know what he does have? Size. So
exactly, he's got mass.
Wow. Sorry. Enough Vince impressions.
He also has a nightstick, which is really starting to wind me up every time he uses it.
Yeah, like, because, fuckheads.
Yeah. But he tried to use the nightstick last night. It backfired. He got hit with a double spirit bomb, which...
Have you seen somebody syncing up the end of Endgame to Keith Lee? Finished yesterday. Of course, it's I am inevitable. Click. Cut to Keith Lee. I am limitless.
Yeah. Not the right time.
Why is that not the right time?
It was just really random place for him to go. You might be inevitable, but I'm limitless.
Well, no, like it's just
he did it in the match. But in the match, he actually went, "I'm limitless," and I was like,
yeah. Well, you know what? It's the kind of thing that I can live with when there's no crowd.
Yeah.
Do you remember how?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Like it's one of those ones where you got to roll the dice. Do you remember how sick it was when Aleister Black said, "I absolve you of your sins," and then kicked Johnny Gargano's face off?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Exactly. So you got to roll the dice. You got to roll the dice. What else happened in the next?
I've been trying to think of a pun, by the way, because Keith Lee hit him with a double spirit bomb, and I'm just trying to think of an alcohol reference to double spirit bomb.
No, just leave it. It's a Dragon Ball Z reference already.
Jaeger Train, we got it.
Well, it's a Dragon Ball Z reference already. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Last night we got a debut look for the newly heel Candice LeRae. She had new theme music,
yes,
a new Titantron, a new nickname in which she's now the Poison Pixie, and a new finishing move called the Wicked Stepsister. Of course, she's going to keep it Disney. Me and Matty have this conversation constantly that when you're a heel, you're 100 times more attractive, and it still sticks.
I actually have an asterisk to put here. Candice LeRae has always been a fairly attractive woman, but what I will say is what I will say is this: in this case, in particular, for me, and I don't know what this is. Maybe but for me personally, the attractiveness comes from her actually having flattering ring gear.
The ring gear does look really odd.
No. Her ring gear before looks really odd. Now it looks alright. And now her ring gear flatters her. Know what I mean?
It's just in Joe Likes Dominatrix. But she was accompanied to the ring and introduced by her loving husband, Johnny Gargano.
The corniest motherfucker alive.
He was ringside for the entire match. Obviously, I think he was eating popcorn at one point. After LeRae won, he slid into the ring like Edge did, when Edge used to slide into the ring, but he sort of sat right at the corner. He didn't go fully in. Sat there with his chin resting on his knuckles, staring lovingly at his wife. They both left.
While she choked out Casey Katsunari.
Yes.
Matty's best friend. Let's hope it doesn't.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that was our opponent, Katie Catanzaro, got absolutely decimated.
Yeah, you'd love to see it. Ricochet doesn't. Neither does Matty, because they're best friends. Let's hope that this doesn't end the same way last time Matty interacted with a WWE superstar on Twitter. If you know, you know.
That's another story for another day. We got another beautiful performance from the most beautiful man with the most beautiful mustache in all of wrestling. It was Dexter Lumis defeating Shane Thorne. I'm so on board with the Bushes Man's gang.
Fair enough. For me, it's not quite all there yet, but Shane. I just feel like Shane Thorne would have lost if MVP was out with him.
I like that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You funny guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're a funny guy, he says. Never have I felt more invalidated in my life.
We got an appearance in a match from the NXT Women's Champion Charlotte, who defeated Mia Yim. And post-match, she was confronted by the winner of the briefcase ladder match thing we had a few weeks ago, Io Shirai, which is set up a match for them in the not-so-distant future.
Well, like, it's for that.
Something I'm very excited for.
Yeah, 100%. I actually really like this match. This is probably my match highlight of NXT because they gave them time.
Yeah,
WWE AEW, take note. Take two great workers that know each other and give them time.
I think Mia Yim gets a lot more stick than she deserves. Like, some people are really on the fence about her, but I think she's class.
Oh, Mia Yim. My biggest problem with Mia Yim is that because Mia Yim has the gimmick that she has, is it Mercedes Martinez can't be in the same company as her because like she stole her gimmick. But that's a relatively small argument. It's a relatively small argument.
I never knew that.
No, didn't. Like, if you watch Mercedes Martinez conduct herself, you can see where Mia Yim... Like, nothing is original in wrestling, nothing is original in life, but you can definitely see parallels. Watch watch her in the Mae Young Classic, Martinez in the Mae Young Classic, and watch Mia Yim in the Mae Young Classic, and you'll see you'll see the bits that Mia Yim kept and the bits she dropped to take Mercedes stuff. You know, that's the only problem I've got with Mia Yim though. In the ring, in fact, she's done what she's done well. I love Mia Yim.
She's class. Yeah. She's very.
Yeah, like that.
But go on.
No, that's it. That's all I was going to say. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's a valid point. That's a very valid point. But Joe, I'm going to ask you a question right now.
Go for it.
Are you excited to talk about the next part of NXT?
Trying to figure out what's left.
Because Drake fucking Maverick got himself a win in the NXT Cruiserweight tournament.
I can't believe that he paraphrased The Wolf of Wall Street.
I can. It's amazing. It's so good. He just didn't swear. If he swore,
yeah, exactly. If he swore, like I was like, that's what took me out of it. I was like, wait a second.
Thing is, though, he's now going to get called the Wolf of NXT, and I really think he's winning this.
You know what? If he wins it, like. They can't. They actually can't. Like, Drake's in a horrible place because he's the most over person in this tournament now. And they genuinely just can't because it's rough. No, because if they do, that's scummy. That's really...
Yeah, I agree. It's a really dodgy situation, but Matt made a really good point last week that I think if he was to win it, the way it would have gone about was that he won. He got, like, the firing was legitimate. You know, he got released. He put that video out online. WWE saw the absolute outpouring he got back from every single human being in the wrestling Twitter sphere, including myself. I went out and bought one of his new T-shirts because I love him. And I think they then just went, actually, do you know what? I think we made a mistake.
Yeah, well, like, even still, like, the fact that they've gone, I think we made a mistake, let's use this for our own benefit. It's not altruistic. It's not good.
Yeah, but WWE don't have morals.
I know that. I genuinely know that. It's actually part of the reason why I've been moved here. But...
Triple H is better than Vince, just saying.
Yeah. Supposed to, like, but... Geez, like... Yeah, this is rough. This is a really rough position for everyone to be in.
It's like one of those things where, like, you don't want to see it end because you don't want to see Drake Maverick not in WWE, but then you don't want to go to that point where we realise we've all been duped and WWE are immoral, even though we already know they're. But I think this would be the cherry on the cake if he wins instead.
There is no black and white in life. There are only shades of grey. But if Drake Maverick wins this tournament, whichever way they did it, it is the dirtiest, murkiest shade of grey.
I mean, whoever wins this tournament is not going to beat whoever wins this tournament is not going to beat Jordan Devlin. They have so much stock in that man.
It's very true. Also, Drake Maverick needs to beat Kushida to advance. What was the other match?
He does. The other match was Isaiah Swerve Scott defeating El Hijo del Fantasma.
Whose house? Whose house?
I'm going to quickly... it was a good match. I'm going to quickly jump on Wikipedia.
No.
Because...
Whose house?
Swerve's house.
Thank you.
What I'm going to quickly do is just jump onto Wikipedia so I can run through the current standing in this tournament. So as it stands, Kushida and Jake Atlas, who will go 1-on-1 next week, are 1 win, no losses. Drake Maverick is 1 win, 1 draw. Tony Nese is 0 wins, 2 losses. Tony Nese is out the tournament. Akira Tozawa, who goes 1-on-1 with gentleman Jack Gallagher, is 1 win, 0 losses. El Hijo del Fantasma is 1-on-1, as is Swerve Scott, and then gentleman Jack Gallagher is 0 wins and 1 losses. So I can see Akira Tozawa winning next week and taking out gentleman Jack Gallagher.
100%. Also, Tony Nese, lol.
Yeah. But that was NXT. That was everything that was on the show. Do you know what? I was going to say it in the later news, but I'm going to say really, really big news.
Go on.
Next week, Karen is arriving.
Karen?
Karrion Kross, or Killer Kross, as
right. I was like, are you?
But I call him Karen.
Are you calling someone on the NXT roster a nickname that certain people think is a racial slur? By the way,
I just call him Karen because it's funnier.
No, by the way, it's not. Karen is not a racial slur. If you think Karen's a racial slur,
it is not.
Shout me in it. We'll talk it out. It's not.
But yeah, so next week we'll see the debut of Karrion Kross along with his valet and girlfriend Scarlett. Not Bordeaux, just Scarlett.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
It was semi-final day on AEW. That's right, for the TNT tournament, 2 semi-finals, and we opened with one immediately. We'll talk about the semi-finals, in fact, at the top of the show, because, AEW is the show that opens with wrestling. We'll start off with the first one. Like I said, it is the third in the ongoing friendly-ish rivalry between Cody and Darby Allin. George.
Oh, this match was amazing.
Talk us through it, George.
It was so well put together. They both, like Joe says, it's like a friendly rivalry, and they were just trying to one-up each other. At one point, Darby hits a crossroads. The other point, Cody tries to hit a coffin drop and fails. And the way it was booked and the way it ended was brilliant, because the way it ended was Darby hits a coffin drop.
Right.
Obviously, when he lands back first, like going backwards. Cody pins him to the floor, so he turns on the side. It looked a little bit lazy, like it looked. The execution wasn't brilliant, but the idea behind it was so good that Cody only defeated Darby because he's a little bit smarter than him.
Also, something that I guess you'd call him the COO of TWM. He's definitely not the CEO, but he's definitely equivalent to a COO of TWM. Well, Matthew pointed out to me that he noticed that Darby Allin's shoulder was definitely up during the count, so that could be fuel for something later.
Oh, that could make a good trip with the rest.
My favourite thing about this match were the layers of storytelling. You had Cody doing his leg-in. You had Darby just not being big. He's not a big guy. Cody isn't a big guy, but Cody's not a big guy by wrestling standards. Darby just isn't a big guy. You had so like Darby had that, and then he had the leg to exploit, but then he had to deal with Cody's rage for Darby putting his wife in danger. It's super, like, layers and layers and layers, and that's what I love from a wrestling match, especially from two opponents that know each other.
This match though had the one thing that AEW does, and it really, really annoys me, and it's their rules of their matches because obviously partway through the match, Brandy comes back with a bottle of water in her hand to give to Cody. Darby smacks Cody around the head with it. Surely that, I know it's only a bottle of water, but surely that as a foreign object and would warrant a disqualification.
I don't think the ref was looking. I can't remember what.
No, he was looking straight at him.
Also, Britt Baker hit Cody with a shoe, so.
Yeah, shoes are foreign objects as well.
Like, who does that? It's weird.
AEW
if a fan did that.
Austin Powers reference.
Yeah. Like also, shout out to Jericho on commentary, who referenced on Cody Rhodes beating Austin Watson for a regional Georgia wrestling championship while they were in high school. If you know, you know.
Jericho is amazing because like he at this point in this match, it was like, when I came into this, I didn't care who won, I just wanted to beat the crap out of each other. No, I really want Darby to win. And at one point he joined in with all the fans or the wrestlers around Acton's fans going, Darby. It was so
class.
good.
Just class. The other semi-final was pretty much set in stone. We all knew who was winning this. It was just a little bit more competitive than we thought, because everyone forgets how big Dustin Rhodes actually is.
He's a big boy.
He is a big boy.
He really is a big boy. Like people, like you said, people forget how big he actually is. But it's because of his attire, I believe. Like I would say, goes down to it that he wears a full bodysuit, and you don't really realise he's 6'6".
Yeah.
230 pounds, and in the best shape of his career at 51.
Yeah. Oh, it's just. Yeah, he's figured out a ring legal way to hit the Broken Dreams without a ref bump. You love to see it. However, it wasn't enough. The Murder Hawk Monster, I believe that's what they're going with, Lance Archer, beat Dustin with an EBD claw after smacking his head on an exposed turnbuckle 11 billion times. What did you make of this match, George?
I agree with you. It was an anticipated result, but it was more competitive than I anticipated. I very much enjoy the work that we're getting from the Murder Hawk. Like, he's getting brilliant showing. Yeah. He's getting pushed to the moon. Yeah. But it was shown that Dustin isn't a pushover. He's still going to fight back.
Yeah, and it was really basic wrestling storytelling, sacrificial lamb to the slaughter. Now Cody has more reason to try and beat Lance Archer whenever it is that they do face each other. Do you know
why I'm more scared of Lance Archer than anyone?
Go on.
Because he was part of Suzuki-gun, and it's led by Minoru Suzuki, and he's one of the scariest men on the planet.
Oh yeah, all of it. They're levels to this, basically. They're levels to this, Jake the Snake has cut. Genuinely.
Oh yeah, and he's got Jake the Snake.
Yeah, forget Minoru Suzuki. He's not even part of the canon right now. He got Jake the Snake in his corner. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Imagine those two as your mentors. That's mad.
It is mad, but that's just crazy.
The other big match on the show was a no DQ, absolute. Slobber knocker, to quote the dearly departed JR. I can hear him spinning in his grave right now. What? What?
Did you say JR?
What? I don't. Anyway, Best Friends with Orange Cassidy beat Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford. What did you make of this match, George?
Weapons. It's Jimmy Havoc in his absolute dream house, isn't it?
Well, no, because there wasn't enough blood, was there?
Yeah, but they can't put blood on TNT.
I'm sorry. There was more blood in the main event than there was in this.
Alright, fair point.
But
did he have a staple? I've only staple.
They're not even allowing him to do the paper cut spot. Come on.
Oh, come on, AEW.
The paper cut spot's hilarious.
It's cringeworthy as well.
Yeah, exactly. hilariously cringeworthy or cringeworthily hilarious. Either way, banging match. Really, really smart of them to have Jimmy Havoc just take out Orange Cassidy at the beginning, because in this kind of thing, too much Orange Cassidy is probably a bad thing.
One bit of this I actually loved, and I saw it on Twitter before I actually matched it, was Jimmy Havoc dumping, I can't remember if it was Chuck or Trent, onto the ladder. The ladder buckled and then just instantly straightened back out.
Yeah, I remember that. It was Trent.
No gimmick ladders here.
No gimmick ladders here. No slapping of the thigh there. It's Matt Striker's dream house, isn't it? Favorite spot?
The backstabber style combo onto the two chairs laid on the side to Trent, and then a double foot stop on top. I think that was a beautiful bit of maliciousness.
That was brilliantly violent. My favourite spot is probably Penelope Ford hitting Kip Sabian for a spear, and the two of them crumpling in a position which was probably too hot for TV.
She really does love the man. She puts herself in some harm for him.
Yeah. But anyway, Chuck Taylor eventually hits a brainbuster on Jimmy Havoc onto a steel chair and gets the 1-2-3. The best friends have been unbeaten for a good amount of time now. As soon as Hangman Page is out of quarantine and or isn't day drunk from 11 a.m., I'm assuming they're getting a title shot.
Do you believe at some point there could potentially be the breakup of Havoc and Sabian? Because Havoc's actually been the reason why they've lost both times. They've had matches against.
I'll say that they're a new team and it's too early to do a breakup angle with them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, that's my take on it. You know, it's like what are those two called? Angelico and Jack Evans. What are they called?
Hybrid 2.
Yeah, like, you know.
Where have they been?
Yeah, exactly. As soon as they figured it out, like they're an established team. They just need to figure it out. It's one of them ones. They're not going to break up.
Yeah, true.
And actually, my favourite spot was flipping Jimmy Havoc doing half of one of his signature spots and Kip Sabian finishing it for him when he stuck their fingers out. Just went.
They are very good friends, aren't they?
He just went, I'm watching you, and then Kip Sabian kicked. Was it Trent's eyes into Jimmy's fingers? You love to see it. Right, this is the point where I start listing promos because there wasn't much else going on. We get a Scorpio Sky promo about "This is the worst town I have ever been in."
What town are you in? Hey, London's not a terrible town, how dare you?
I know, I'm saying the package was about the catchphrase.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you know, I'd say it if I was in Europe, man, I can't lie to you. We also get an MJF promo. He is
like, before you start, I have to make a comment on MJF.
Go on.
Before, I was the proper baited in mark of wrestling that I just couldn't stand this man.
Yeah.
Because he plays his role so unbelievably well.
Yeah.
Until I watched the special edition of Being the Elite, in which they highlighted everything going on.
Yeah.
For the last 200 episodes, and they got the MJS part.
Yeah.
And he's just so funny.
He's really good. He's like, I didn't see my first. I first learned of MJF before being the Elite. I believe I learned of him when Maggie made me watch MLW because we did a week of podcasts where I was on every one or something, and like I still remember the catchphrase. It was Joe Week, baby. But yeah, like what made me watch MLW, and it was like, I was like, this guy's money. And then like he popped up and Being the Elite, and I was like, this guy's money. And people were getting mad at him when he was on TV, and I was like, these guys are going to realize after a while when they start getting works that this guy's money. And thank you for proving my point. Basically, essentially his hangnail is overhealed, but he's nicked his neck shaving, so he couldn't be on this week. That's really sad, isn't it? But he will be on next week.
It's really sad. I mean, I don't understand the nick. He will be. I don't understand the nick about shaving because I haven't had a shave in about 6 weeks.
Oh, I don't shave, so. As such.
Insight into our lives, then.
Yeah, as such. We get another episode of the Bubbly Bunch, which is this time apparently was at Manitoba Melee.
It was interesting. There's a couple of figures in there that I don't think actually recognise, because I mean I didn't myself. Jericho points one out at the end.
Yeah.
But however, I've forgotten his name.
Lou Ferrigno.
And it's the guy with the taser.
Lou Ferrigno. He's the original.
Lou Ferrigno.
He's the original Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he is. He had the taser in his hand.
Yep.
And at one point, I genuinely thought it was Dave Meltzer.
Wow. might have been, maybe.
Because he was ripped and he had a wrestling t-shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
And he was tanned and his hands... I was like, oh, no, it's not Meltzer.
Yeah, it's not. But...
And then we got... what's his name? Kevin... Oh, what is his name? The guy that was at the end.
Kevin...
Silent Bob. That one.
Yeah.
Him. He was in there. We had Gabriel Iglesias in there as well. So it went...
Yeah.
It went the inner circle, then it went to the librarian, then it just went to some random pop culture celebrity.
Yep. Yeah, really good segment. It was a straight up copy of the video that went viral about a week ago. Yeah, thank you. That's why I love you, George. That's why I love you. You're right there with me. Yeah, it went. It was stunt people, and essentially this was exactly the same thing. You love to see it. It was really, really, really good.
I again got really excited about this, the man when the. I don't actually know the politically correct word here. When the little person came on the screen,
yes.
I got really excited thinking it might have been Wee Man.
Oh.
Because they were like stunt people, and I was like, oh my god, imagine.
But yeah. All right, let me see. And we have Britt Baker. Britt Baker comes back with another role model segment, and we are introduced to our makeup artist. What's our makeup artist called, George?
I can't remember.
You can't remember. Neither can Britt Baker, because she calls her Reva all the way through. Her name is actually Rebel.
What do you think of this whole role model shit? Because obviously that's what Bayley's calling herself. And who's better?
Who's better?
As a role model, I mean.
As a role model, or playing this role?
Playing this role model.
I'd say Bayley right now, because she's backing it up in the ring, because that's Bayley's entire thing. Bayley, everyone say Bayley's character is really flimsy, and maybe it is, but that Bayley's entire point she's taken on this persona is because she's decided to stop pandering to the fans and start backing up in the ring.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it is meant to be that paper thin. All Bayley's interested in now is just adding days to her championship reign, and she's going to do that by just winning. She cares about nothing else. Britt Baker's more here to prove a point. Like what she's doing is funnier, but that's more to do about who she's doing it with. Tony Schiavone is selling this wonderfully.
Yeah, he is. It's a very great. It's like they have a very great between the pair of them.
Indeed they do. And she just dunks on Tony Schiavone for most of this segment once again. Are we out? Oh, there is one more promo. Jon Moxley will be live next week on AEW. Let's gloss over how ridiculously irresponsible it is that AEW are doing a live show in the middle of a global pandemic.
Oh my god, what company would do that?
Like all of them. But
all but Impact, basically.
Impact did it, fam.
His match next week is really random, I will say. Like it's one of those matches you're like, oh, okay, that's fair enough. It's come out of nowhere, but okay, fair enough.
Oh gosh. Anyway, it's just a bit of a madness still, but like Jon Moxley does give genuinely quite good advice to adhere to during these difficult times. What was your favourite bit of advice from Jon Moxley, George?
All of it.
It was great.
Jon Moxley's a role model. I love him.
Yeah, exactly. Britt Baker should take notes. Right, now I can start listing off squashes. Wardlow beat Musa in 2 minutes.
Can I also quickly, whilst we talk about Wardlow, did you see that AEW did? They advertised Wardlow to be on the show last week and he wasn't.
Look here, man. Like, they're a new company. They've only been about 6 months. Allow them. Right. So Wardlow beat Musa with the F10 and an absolutely brutal... I don't even know what you'd call that. The really grim knee the really grim high knee that he hit before he hit the F10. You know what I'm talking about, George?
I do, and I believe it's just called a grim knee. That's what we're going to...
It's just a grim knee. We'll just call it a grim knee for now. X-squash match. Sean Spears beats Baron Black with a sharpshooter. Is Sean Spears good enough to use a sharpshooter?
Did you just say Baron Black?
Yes, his name is Baron Black. I looked it up.
What is that very similar to? Baron Blade, the character from the WWE 2K.
Oh, jeez. Anyway.
What's your opinion on the Sean Spears push?
It's fine. Like, as long as it pays off with him getting a tag team partner and them going on to great success, I don't mind it. Because that has been the story. Like, Tully needs to come when audiences are allowed and people that aren't compromised are allowed back out of the house. Tully needs to re-debut with his new tag team partner, and they need to start winning matches.
Who do you think in AEW for Sean Spears?
I think it could possibly be someone new. I think it'd probably be better off it being someone new. I don't think there's a single star that meshes quite right. And like the most obvious choice, I thought earlier when I thought they might quick shot this angle was when Hangman turns, he goes there.
I was on the side of MJF because they've had some chemistry on screen between the two of them.
Yeah.
But then because their gimmicks are like MJF's gimmick is so big, he doesn't need a tag partner.
And I don't know if you've noticed, MJF already has his own mini stable around him.
Yeah, he's got Wardlow, I suppose.
He's got Wardlow, he's got the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them as well.
Like I never can forget about them. Like just.
Do you know this pandemic has made me forget about so many wrestlers. Like AEW tweeted out yesterday before the show started the top 5 rankings for men's, women's, and tag teams. I looked at it and went, "Oh my god, I forgot all of these people are still wrestlers," because the pandemic has basically just made us forget about them more or less.
I feel that. I 100% feel that. There is one more squash match to talk about, and it's rough because Marko Stunt got squashed again. Got squashed again. Who did he get squashed by, George?
You got to make sure you give him his right name.
No. I'm asking you, fam. I know his name. I've got the notes in front of me.
Mr. Brody Lee.
Mr. Brody Lee. Yep, that's right.
You've got to call him
Mr. Brody Lee. He's working a Vince McMahon gimmick apparently, and he pins Marko after he hits a winter change and a brutal sit-out powerbomb. That's what I've written down. That's what the name of that move now forever. Winds of Change. I love you. I love you so much, Wade Barrett. I miss you. Stu Bennett.
Oh, I miss Wade Barrett so much.
But anyway, like, times are rough for Marko, innit? Times are rough.
You're right.
I hope he pulls through, innit? Like, you know, he really misses his dino.
TWM Podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
Right, as I mentioned just now, AEW did release their ranking to see some of the names that are on here. In the men's singles division, number one is obviously Jon Moxley, he's a champion with a 9-0 record. Next, actually he's a champion, ignore me, he's not actually number one, ignore me. Number one is Cody, 7-1. Kenny Omega's second, despite being a tag champion, he's 4-0. Number 3 is Darby Allin, up there at 5-2. Lance Archer, 3-0, which is quite a surprise. And then number 5 was the former number one contender, Jake Hager, at 4-1. In the women's division, Hikaru Shida is still number one, still hasn't got herself a title opportunity. She's 7 and...
Yeah, can I just say something?
Go on.
Something I actually meant to say earlier. I'm going to do this for a while, and I'm not going to explain why.
What?
I'm just going to say one thing.
Yeah, cool.
That's it. Carry on.
Right. Anyway. Number 2 is Chris Santo with a... Oh, Joe, you put me on.
Sorry.
Number 3 is Yuka Sakazaki, 1-1, and then Britt Baker is 4th, Riho is 5th, both with 3-3 records. They are only in 2020, I should mention. Tag team division, we've obviously got number 1 is the Dark Order. So at some point when Hangman Page isn't on a day drink, he will be defending his tag titles against the Dark Order. Second, we've got the Best Friends in Chucky T and Trent Taylor. Chucky T and Trent. I don't know why I call them Taylor. They're married now. Number 3 is the Elite Young Bucks. Anyway, number 4 is SCU. Number 5 is the Lucha Bros. But what I wanted to speak to you about, Joe.
Go on. I'm here for it.
Was the platform of YouTube, because I noticed this. All Elite Wrestling has 1.18 million subscribers, and they have been around for 6 months.
Yes.
Being the Elite has been around for about 5 years and has 436,000 subscribers.
That doesn't scan. They must have lost subscribers at some point because they got the 1 million subscriber plaque in an episode. I remember them getting that.
Yeah. I have no idea. But it's a really nice segue to talk about Being the Elite, because if you guys have not seen Being the Elite episode 200, go and watch it. It's hilarious. It's Matt versus Nick in a WWE style over the top match at Nick Jackson's wonderfully nice house. And then go watch episode number 201, because there is a message in the sky which reads FTR.
If you think that a certain tag team is going to turn up on the live AEW next week, I want you to say yeah. George, are you going to
say yeah?
Yeah, okay, he said say yeah.
It was always going to happen. Like, we were never not going to see this, but what a great way to reveal it. Well done, Young Bucks. I love you very much. And the final thing I can talk about, and then I'll let Joe take over, is for next week. Both companies have made 3 matches each for next week. We'll start with AEW, as we've got Kenny Omega teaming with the Broken One, Matt Hardy, in a street fight tag team match against Les Sex Gods, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. We've got Cody versus Joey Janela. I think Cody's just trying to make his way through the deathmatch boys that are in AEW. And Jon Moxley versus Frankie Kazarian, the match I mentioned earlier, which is a little bit random. But
I don't mind it.
Going to be some good stuff. Yeah, I don't mind it either. And then WWE or NXT side, I mentioned earlier, debut of Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux, or just Scarlett. We've got 2 title matches to main event the show. It's Adam Cole against Velveteen Dream for the NXT Championship, and Io Shirai versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's Championship. So next week is shaping up to be a wonderful week of wrestling already.
Whichever one opens the show on that other one, whichever title match opens the show on NXT, that's the one where the champion will retain.
Then I'm going to say it's going to be Cole and Dream to open.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, so now you're handing over to me, and I, as always, George has left me with the difficult questions. Difficult questions are this. Which one did you prefer, George? Which one did you prefer this week? We have watched 4 hours of wrestling. We have taken notes on and critically analysed 4 hours of wrestling. After all of that, what is your favourite? Who won the war?
And you actually clarified it well in this. NXT, because it didn't have that many squash matches in it.
Yeah.
That is a pure reason.
Among other reasons, I also am going to pick NXT. I did enjoy AEW a lot. Lots of layers to their storytelling, but among other reasons, I'm going to say NXT for this week. Hopefully AEW can pull it back next week, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be hard when they've got Cole versus Dream and Io Shirai versus Charlotte.
Yeah,
for titles.
But they got Moxley back. And
fair point.
He's a draw. He is a draw. Right. And
it's the first live one we've got in what?
Forever.
6-7 weeks?
Yep, exactly. Right, so I guess this is it. It's my first Wednesday Night War. This is my new home now, everybody. Sorry if that was
your flag.
I'm not. We didn't even furlough the guy. This is my new home.
That's amazing.
So George, social media.
At George_Geal_ on
I don't give out my social media. What I do give out is all of our stuff. So twm.news for all of our written stuff. You can find us on multiple audio platforms. Some of the most popular. We're on Spotify. Go and subscribe to us on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. Go and subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit that bell, right?
It's really weird knowing my voice is on Spotify. I would interrupt you. It's so weird.
It's really, really, really odd. I hate my voice. So I avoid it, but I've listened to it. I've listened to some tape before, and it's it's fine, I guess. Anyway, this has been Wednesday Night War. Tomorrow,
it's been a blast.
Yeah, it has been a blast, George. It is always wonderful doing podcasts with you. I've always enjoyed it.
It is,
and I'm really, really glad that
the honor is mine.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad that the honor's going to be yours every week now, because this is it. I just hope we don't get sick of each other. Tomorrow we
won't.
Yeah, I know we won't. Tomorrow we got Best of the Rest coming out, and tomorrow, you know what? I'm really, really excited about tomorrow. Do you want to know why, George?
Go on, tell me why.
It's actually a beautiful segue. You said tell me why. It's because it's gotta be May.